up, we're going to visit another new restaurant. Now, this one is in Mashpee, and it's part Big City Steakhouse and part Southern Smokehouse. Plus, they have the biggest whiskey selection on the Cape, so you'll definitely want to eat here. Sizzling steaks, slow-smoked ribs, and smooth spirits. At the brand new Oak and Ember in Mashpee, some of the best food and drink America has to offer are all celebrated under one roof.
We basically took a city steakhouse and we merged it with a Southern style smokehouse.
We really wanted to create something that we felt was an homage to American culture and American food and what we really do well in this country.
So owner Rob Catania and his son Zach have created a menu of steaks, seafood, and Southern specialties, all served up in a gorgeous dining room filled with mahogany woods, deep earth tones, and custom banquettes.
It's really cool to see people walk in and look at the crown molding and the beautiful dark wood behind the bar, and it's got this really natural, old school feel, and the coloring we've chosen, and it's just so exciting when you see somebody walk in and appreciate exactly what you've been working so hard to do.
Starting your meal at Oak and Ember brings all kinds of delicious choices, including Southern favorites like fried green tomatoes or smoked bacon and apple hush puppies.
The hush puppies are really cool. People just come in, they say, wow, you have hush puppies? It catches people's eye a lot. It's really been really well received.
Seafood starters are plentiful, like the absolutely overstuffed lobster cake.
The lobster cake is so good. Ours here has so much meat in it. It doesn't even make sense how much meat we throw into this lobster cake. It's just so savory, and you get that little bit of sweetness from the lobster, tiny bit of spice, and it's absolutely delicious.
Another great option are the roasted oysters, bathed in an indulgent whiskey butter.
They're local Cape oysters. We make a compound butter with basically a whiskey reduction, garlic and herbs and good butter, and that's put on top of it, and it's roasted in an open flame oven.
What I love about those oysters is when they come out into the dining room, it's one of the most impressive looking plates because of all the purple sea salt and all the color you get onto those. They're killer.
Since Oak and Ember is part steakhouse and part smokehouse, they've got plenty of meat you'll want to eat. The ribs are dry rubbed, smoked low and slow, and served with house-made barbecue sauce, while the steaks are all prime cuts that are seared on an 800-degree wood-fired grill, which adds tons of flavor to everything from the beefy ribeyes to the tender fillets.
It seasons the steak in an amazing way. It adds an element of complexity to the flavor that's just, you can't duplicate it over just straight gas.
And that same great grill makes the half-pound steakhouse burger out of this world too.
Our burger is kind of unique that we have a blend of 3 different cuts of meat in it. We actually have short ribs, brisket, and chuck ground together. And then we grill it over a blend of oak, peach, and hickory, which adds a nice flavor to it as it's grilled. And we bake the bun in-house too. We have an actual bake shop right here in the kitchen, which is really nice. People are really wowed by the whole thing.
Seafood options include luxurious butter poached lobster risotto and pan-seared scallops and shrimp served over white cheddar grits. But if you're in the mood for a big plate of comfort food, nothing beats the buttermilk fried chicken.
Fried chicken's awesome. I mean, it doesn't really get better than Southern fried chicken. You've got the collard greens, the baked macaroni and cheese. It's just delicious.
To round out your meal at Oak and Ember, there are more than 100 bottles of wine to choose from, including 20 by the glass. But what really sets this place apart is their extensive collection of whiskeys. And with more than 115 options, ordering a whiskey flight is a great way to explore.
So the flights are a really good way to sample different whiskeys or different scotches that you haven't had the chance to try without having to commit to a whole pour of it.
But you will want to commit to dessert, like a rich peanut butter mousse pie, a sticky sweet pecan pie, a delicate lemon meringue cloud, or a honkin' slice of ultimate chocolate cake made from a secret family recipe.
You have to get the chocolate cake. It's my mom's recipe. She's been making it for birthdays for us since we were little kids, and it's the most impressive dish because that thing comes out, it's like this big, and it's just so impressive, and it's so moist and chocolatey delicious. It's a lot of fun.
Obviously, this family loves great food and drink, and Oak and Ember is their way of sharing that love with their customers.
We try to do things that are important to us and what we love to sort of bring it, I think, to everyone else. It's less about, you know, the money making of the restaurant and more about creating really good food. And when you see somebody walk out the door and they're smiling because they just ate your chocolate cake that your mom's been making for you since you were however old, that's really, really a special feeling.